Ha 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 to all the Ford 3-valve haters. All of you who told me that this engine wasn't worth saving and it was going to blow up. It is back. If you're not familiar with what I'm referring to, about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, I put a set of timing chains and timing chain tensioners, guides, and an oil pump in this engine right here. And because it was a Ford 3-valve Triton, everybody said it's not worth repairing and you can't do it. But we did not find damage on the camshaft journals, and so we went ahead and fixed this thing right up, and it is smooth as glass. No noise, no problem. It is actually here for a separate issue, and that separate issue is a grinding / howling noise while driving, and it increases in sound and in frequency as you increase in speed. This 2012 Ford Expedition has 162,979 miles on the odometer. If you're curious as to how long it's been since we did the timing work on this truck, just check the links in this video's description or at the very end of this video in the in-screen box, and it will take you back in time to the first video of the series when I began the timing chain replacement operation on this particular Ford. So anyway, now that all the introduction, explanation, and self-promotion is out of the way, let's get our first click in for the day and go verify the customer's concerned. Backing out the auto. All right, right out of the gate at 19 miles per hour, I can already start to hear a bit of a howling noise from somewhere up front. Let's go a little faster. I hear a couple noises, kind of a rhythmic humming noise. That actually sounds like a tire sound. Now I do hear a change in pitch when we turn a little bit. That does indicate a potential wheel bearing problem. And it sounds like a bearing. I hear it sounds like a helicopter noise, just Trouble is, I've got to pick out the helicopter noise amongst the tire noises. But I think a visual inspection will help us out with that. I think it's the left front wheel like the customer stated, so I do believe there is an issue with the left front wheel bearing. Next up, we'll swing back to the shop, we'll lift it up, and we'll shake this wheel down to see if there's actually any play in that bearing, and potentially just listen to it to confirm with a stethoscope. With a stethoscope. With a stethoscope. With a stethoscope. Say that 5 times fast. With a stethoscope. You know, at lower speeds, that tire noise has not come into play yet, and I definitely hear the sound from the left front. Can you guys hear that? I'll shut up for a second. All right, back to the shop we go. So I don't know if I mentioned it or not because my brain is still not self-aware yet this morning. Okay, but I'm also going to check the right front bearing just to make sure that that one's also not contributing to this noise situation here. See, there's another one. I'm telling you, these Chevy trucks are stalking me. Which is fine, I like those trucks. But they're always lurking, waiting in the shadows. Check this out, something to be aware of. Automatic side steps. I open the door, steps come out. You want to avoid having those running into those because they will interfere with each other. Okay, let's go check up on our little 5.4. Come here. Let me in. There she is. Yep, I remember this. Very nice. I always like to go back and recheck my work given the opportunity post-repair. You know, you check for leaks and make sure you didn't forget something. Screwdrivers, bolts, who knows. After all the grief she put me through, I'm glad she's doing well. I wish you the best. We're at the right front tire. Do you guys remember what I said earlier about that choppy noise, that tire noise that I heard? You see the feathering on this outside edge? See how rough that is? Let's check the other tire. Similar chopping. That would definitely cause a noise. And it did. How's our rears? Still brand new. That's good. And that one's okay. Less choppy. Alright. Alrighty, I set the rack. Moving on up. That's good. Safety on the locks. Earlier I said something to the effect of shaking down these wheels, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to get a hold of this wheel at the top and at the bottom, and I'm just going to shake it back and forth, just applying pressure to the bottom and then up to the top and to the bottom to the top, and I'm feeling for any play that's in that bearing, which I do not feel any. I'm also going to go left and right, again looking for play in the bearing. If there's play in the steering components like the tie rods or the ball joints, you'll also feel it doing this operation, and at that point you can go around the other side, get a visual on what's actually moving, which in this case is nothing. Now you can also have noisy failed bearings that have play in them, or have noisy failed bearings that have no play in them. And in this case, no play. Whoa! Actually, I thought I felt a little bit of left and right. Very small. It's not bearing. It could be a tie rod. Let's come in here and take a look. You shake this. Just go left and right. I want to make sure it's not a tie rod. Very, very slight inner. Okay, yeah, we're good. Thank you, sir. Yeah, the inner tie rod here has a little bit of play. Oh, looky here. The steering gear also has a little bit of a leak. Not much. I would call it seepage, but there is some seepage. Okay. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent, and I don't want to be. I've got a stethoscope here, and I'm going to put the business end here on the bearing. The bearing is housed right here inside of the knuckle. Stick that guy right there, and I'll turn the wheel. In doing so, I'm listening for crunching noises or humming noises. You can't hear, but I can hear. There's a little bit going on there. You'll have to take my word for it. I hear it. Okay, let's check the other side. You know, I hear some very faint noises on this one as well. It's not as loud as the other side, but I do hear it over here. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to recommend replacing the driver's front, that's the left side wheel bearing. That's going to solve the majority of the noise. I'm going to suggest we replace the right side wheel bearing, because I do hear some crunchy, crinkling noises going on there too. That's going to solve a portion of their noise. Then we can either replace these tires that are chopped or move them into the rear of the vehicle, and that will solve some more of the noise. But until those tires are replaced, all these weird humming and grinding noises and helicopter sounds are not going to completely go away. So there's a little, kind of more than one thing going on here. And we're going to address those in order of severity. So I'm gonna go write it up. We're gonna let the guy know what's going on with it, and we'll go from there, so stay tuned. Okie dokes, really cool development. We're gonna do both of the front bearings. We're going to replace that power steering rack, and what we're not gonna do is replace these tires. We're just gonna move those out to the back side over there. Hopefully that will arrest the noise a little bit and make it shut up some. and that will also fix the other noises that we heard up in the front. So that's our plan. However, that will not be completed today. Parts are not available. Surprise, surprise, 2022. So we have to order them. They will be here tomorrow afternoon, which probably means next week. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice on it. I'm gonna get started on this and start taking everything apart. We'll start with the bearing on that side, and I'll see what I feel like doing after that. Maybe I'll do this bearing. Maybe I'll pull the steering gear out. What? I can check that for you. Okie doke. So because I just made a plan, verbalized it, I instantly feel compelled to deviate from said plan. So first I'm just going to start on the right front. I'm going to pull both the tie rods off, and then we'll kind of do everything all at once. We'll have a disassembly phase and then a reassembly phase. So I'm just going to start taking everything apart, breaking this down. Brakes are going to come off, calipers, rotors, etc. Tie rods, and then I'll start pulling bearings out. That's my new plan on my non-planned plan. Ooh, check this out, perfect opportunity. So I impulse bought a very nice snappy snap-on hammer. So I'm gonna use this one to get this tie rod out. I feel like a lumberjack. Oh, that was impactful. Nice. Okay, let's get this caliper and bracket off. I think I can give this a little Erico style reach around action. Nope, missed the hole. Oh, I missed it twice. I had redemption and I failed. Let me stick my head in there and see what's going on. There. I got it. Oh, there it is, flashlight gravity. Oh, now I'm stuck. Okay. Let's put our lumens back. Okay. Now, where was I? About to hit it. There's one. You know, I just realized I haven't done something brake related in weeks. Get in there. We'll just hang this guy from a control arm or something, like right up here. Get in there. Okay, we're good. Let's lose our rotor. No damage because we're going to reuse it. Shiny. Okie dokes. Now we can see right here there's a wheel speed sensor. What we need to do is pull this sensor out of there. Reverse click. Nope. Okay, so the catch here is going to be, can I get this sensor out with this backing plate in the way? I think I can. I hope I can. We're going to see. Yes, victory. What is that? What is that? Dielectric grease? I approve. Okay, you can see here, there's 2 bolts coming through from the back side of the spindle. Down below, there's 2 more coming through from the back side of the spindle, so we need to give this another reach around and get those 4 bolts out, and then the hub assembly will break free from the steering knuckle. I keep calling it a spindle. That was like the first version of these units that I learned, and it stuck with me. The proper terminology is steering knuckle. I'm gonna try the 3/8 tool to remove these bolts, just because it's smaller and it'll fit back here maybe a little bit easier. Question is, does it have the stones to pull this bolt out? Yes, it does. This is good. Yes, it does. Twice. All right, other side. See if we can squeeze this in between my bolts and this caliper. Yeah, kind of. That one's double hitting. That says no. Negative, Ghost Rider. That's not gonna do it. Manual reverse clicks. So real quick, I thought this would be fun. I've done this demonstration before, but I want to do it again. So I've got this laser thermometer that you can't see because the light's wrong. There we go. And look at how hot that socket gets just from those impacts. What do we got here? 122 degrees when ambient temp is 93. Put a lot of heat via friction into that socket. Okay, science lesson over. Need manual reverse clicks. All right, let's see how tight this bolt really is. Wow. That is kind of tight. I had to make the noise to get it to come loose. We find ourselves with another opportunity to deviate from the plan. I neglected to remember that this is a four-wheel drive, so the CV axle in there is actually bolted to this hub. We need to unbolt it, and we will find the nut under this little cap right here. Ding! Cap is done. All right, what do we got there? 12 millimeter? Looks like it. Feels like it. Smells like it. Must be a 12 millimeter. Okay, I want to break this axle free from the inner race of the bearing, so we're gonna just slide that nut back on. And little nuts and little studs get little impacts. We just want to break it free. I'm reaching around on the other side and giving it a pull. And it moved. We're good. It has achieved freedom. At this point, there should be nothing holding this bearing on except for rust and friction. So let's give it a tap. Get it out of there. There she is. One wheel bearing. Let's see if we can hear the grindiness. No, I can feel it, but I don't hear it. Okay, one down, one to go. Let's swing around over to the right side. We'll bang out that other bearing. So here we go. Rolling, rolling, rolling. All right, let's go into super high speed, lightning fast motion, and we'll pull this other one down. Aha! Got it. All right. Come on. Victory. All right, we still have some time left today and I still don't have any parts, so let's move on and go ahead and pull this steering gear out of here. Moving back up. All right, so this steering gear is a pretty easy install. We've got these two big 24mm bolts that run through the frame. Those bolt onto the gear on the back side. No big deal. So we've got two bolts, and then we venture our way up here into her oil filter nether regions, and we find the bolt and the mount for both of the lines, and then a little higher up and farther back
You can see the collar. There it is. That's the collar that attaches the steering shaft to the steering gear, and we have to get to that bolt over there first. I always start with that, and I do it with a known centered steering wheel. That way the steering column is centered, so when we get our new rack, if it's not straight, we'll be able to kind of gauge where it's supposed to be. So I can't really get a tool on that due to the way that it's pointed. That nut is pointed away to our left, so I'm actually going to reach in here and rotate this shaft so I can get that nut facing outwards towards me, then I can put a tool on it. I just have to remember that I changed the center position later on. Alright guys, I sure hope you can see, because I can't. So I'm going in and I'm about to attack that bolt with my little electric ratchet here. We're going to pull that guy out, and then the shaft will be separated from the steering gear. If I can get my dangly angles proper on this one. Oh no, I need more extension. Yeah, I shoved some more lights in this little hole here. Maybe that'll let us see what I'm trying to do. So I've got the extension on. Can't get that angle proper. Let's try it over here. Ah! I'm probably supposed to remove the coolant line right here and this filter to get this out, but I'm cheating. All right, I moved the camera back a little bit, and I'm now gonna get the bolt out that holds down the little plate that secures both of the hydraulic lines to the steering gear itself. Let's see if I can't get some more light on that subject. That's not good. Let's try again. There we go. Reverse clickage. Stop doing that. All right. All right, I need a drain pan. Be right back. Drain bucket's in place. Let's get this these hydraulic hoses disconnected, and then we can unbolt our steering gear and get her out of here. I got one. Where's that other one? It's still a little stuck. I'll bring this hose in a little closer. You can see the plate I was talking about. Come here. See how it just slips over the fittings, and then when you bolt it down, it clamps the fittings down? That's what she is. Okay, let's reach up and get the steering gear disconnected from the shaft. I may need pry bar for that. All right, moderate pry bar. Yeah, it's moving. There we go, freedom. Good. All right, the shaft is free. Let's take the bolts out and drop this unit. All right, moving down, moving left, moving up, moving out. I got one bolt right here. Ooh, we need more lumens. It's an illumination deficit. What? There we go. Loud noises. Yeah, not a chance. Man, I should have put that on quiet mode. Let's see what we got. There we go. No, where's the breaker? That one. I bet this will break before this. Okay, new plan. Manual unclicks. The electronic assist is not working. Oh, that's tight. Like a lot of tigers. Yeah, I have an idea. Let's break a breaker bar by putting a breaker bar on a breaker bar. There we go. Is it gonna work? bar gravity. Oops. Yeah. Okay. More loud noises. Yeah, we're done. Woohoo! It's a big rod. Alright, one down, one to go right here. That one. Seeing as how we've got a system here that's functioning, let's not deviate too far away from it. So break, no, not that, I don't want the ratchet, I want the breaker bar. Round two, fight. Socket, breaker bar, and breaker bar for the breaker bar. Here we go. Alright. This is that kind of breakaway torque required where you need to put your tongue between your teeth so you don't grit your teeth. Danger. Oh. At least that's what I do. Some people may bite through their tongue practicing that. Don't do what I do. Do what I say, don't do what I do. Alright, unclicks. Do your thing. That's a negative. Come on. Killing my battery. See, it's not that the gun doesn't have torque to remove it, it's I think the bolt is actually flexing with the impacts and they're being absorbed because it does have a very mighty shaft and can handle many impacts. And I think it's all being wasted and absorbed before it actually reaches the threads. There it is. It's blue, so you know it's good. Okay, let's remove that bolt over there. And this unit should be dangling free. Oh, that's hot. I just touched my leg. Not in a good way. Not in a bad way. Okay, let's move over here and extract our unit. Alright, unit. You're gonna come quietly? Probably not. Remove control arm. Remove front differential. It's not a joke. It needs lift. Big gear too. This is a huge steering gear. Get out of there. Come on. Almost halfway done. Freedom it has. Here we go. Woo! That's a big unit. Yeah, we can see here, there's some leaks going on at the top. And we saw the one from the bottom earlier, which was around this side somewhere. Yep. Okay, well, like I said, no parts until at least tomorrow afternoon, so I think we're done at this point. There's nothing more I can do here, with the exception of thanking you guys for watching this video.
As always, hope you liked this video. If you did, let me know about that by tapping that like button down below. If you didn't like that video, I don't care. That's your problem, not mine. So again, as always, thank you for watching. Most importantly, don't forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later. Oh, wait. Don't forget to look out for part 2.